Play Saints Digital.
Kind of like that. Step closer.
The alley-oop!
Hello, everybody. Welcome inside Marcus Pavilion. He is Scott Gladstone. I am Sean Wally as we get set for women's basketball here in the GNAC Central Washington and St. Martin's.
Yeah, I'm just excited tonight. It's going to be a matchup of the greatest big, not only in the conference, but one of the best in the country, in Samantha Bowman. She's going to play a player that has the frame and has the potential in Sarah Lamette to possibly be one of the great bigs in this conference and in the country. So I'm excited to see that battle, how it battles the veteran versus the rookie.
Samantha Bowman, Sarah Lamette. It'll be a great thing for Bowman tonight, I should say Lamette tonight, to see how she fares against the senior and the great rebounder.
Yeah, it should be a great battle on the inside. Nobody really has a secret formula for Sarah Lamette, or for Samantha Bowman.
Sorry, Scott. It is time for the national anthem here inside Marcus Pavilion, so we'll get you to that. Starting lineups, and then the tip after this on the Saints Digital Network.
The alley-oop!
Let's go ahead and meet the starters for Central. A 5'4" sophomore, number 10 is Valerie Huerta. A 5'6" senior, number 14, Tori Maida. A 5'9" freshman, number 21 is Asher Cobb. A 6'1" freshman, number 22, Ashley Scow. And a 6'3" redshirt senior, number 23, Samantha Bowman. Randy Rich is your, Thornley is your head coach, just by Chester Richardson and Alyssa Fisher. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get on your feet to meet the Saints. A 5'5" junior from Vallejo, California, number 1 is Angel Galbraith. The 6'4" freshman from Tigard, Oregon, number 15 is Sarah Lamette. 5'9" freshman from Wharton, Washington, number 20, Gianna Rio. A 5'11" sophomore from Frederick, Washington, 21st, Shanoa Lulu. And a 5'9" sophomore from Irvine, California, number 34 is Lauren Morris. Miss Christy Martin, your 7th season head coach, assisted by Jared Stahlmeyer, Kenny Camp, Chris Henry, Gaze Holman, and of course, Tyranny D.
Getting you set for tips. Central Washington at St. Martin's here in Lacey, Washington. Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone as the Saints welcome in the 2022 GNAC Tournament champions.
Yeah, on the floor where they won that 2022 GNAC tournament. It's the first time that they've been back since claiming the hardware here, so I'm sure some good memories for Randy Richardson and Thornley and her crew.
Central Washington wins the tip. They begin with the basketball for 10-minute quarters in women's basketball right away. Down low, Bowman. She kicks it outside. Sunshine to Bowman. The layup is good, but hobbling. Did she turn an ankle there, Scott, or is that something lingering?
I don't know. She's holding her left knee and ankle a little bit. As you see, Saints go right back to the post as well.
Should have been very fitting had we had Bowman and then Sarah Lament make a bucket, but 2-0 Wildcats as they have their second possession. A very high arcing three, nearly touched the ceiling, but instead another three off the front iron. Saints looking for their first points. Galbraith wants three of them. That a hard clang off the iron.
Yeah, Bowman's still kind of hobbling down the floor. I didn't see that off the opening tip, so that is something to look for. Much more important in this game for head coach Randy Richardson and Thornley is the health of Bowman.
Jumper from about 16, not even close. Put back won't go. Galbraith the rebound, 8:30 remaining in quarter number one. Saints coming off a split in Alaska last weekend. Morris top of the key to Galbraith. Lauren gets it back, right hand dribble, stops, and traveling is called. Ball back to Central Washington.
Yeah, Sean, I've barely watched the ball these first couple possessions. I've just been looking at the low post battle, kind of seeing what the scouting report, both offensively and defensively against Samantha Bowman is. It looks like Sarah Lamette is essentially face guarding her from all the way across on that low post, and they're battling hard down low.
Three in front of the Saints bench is knocked down by Tori Maida. It's 5-0 Wildcats. Saints need to get on the board. Galbraith down low, Lament. Guarded by Bowman. Lament, the right hand flick will not go. Rebound to Central Washington. Already 5-0. Bowman underneath. No travel called. The kick out. The three clangs and falls through. 8-0 Central Washington as Sunshine Huerta drains the three.
Yeah, and Samantha Bowman usually gets her double-double numbers via points and rebounds, but getting assists there for her.
8-0 Wildcats. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network. After the timeout, back here inside Marcus Pavilion, Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone. Central Washington up 8-0 on the host Saints. Saints looking for their first points, and they don't get them. Ryan Clear misses from point blank. Wildcats looking for a double-digit lead. 3-ball on the way and good, and Central is shooting amazingly, and Bowman can shoot the 3. She's the big inside presence. What could she not do, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, Bowman's the only player in this conference that I've seen men's or women's side that you can have a scouting report, you can key on them all week, and she can still beat you.
Lauren Morris for St. Martin's. To Ryan Clear, it's 11-0, and we have a foul on Central Washington. First foul of the game is on Sunshine Huerta. 6:41 left, 11-0 Central Washington. Subs in for the Wildcats. They're playing their home games this year at Ellensburg High School as their gym's being renovated. Lauren Morris to put the Saints on the board. No, it's off back iron. Wildcats already up 11 and the basketball. A very long 3. Wow, nothing but net. Scott, the freshman, Asher Kai, it's 14-0.
Yeah, and this was actually when these two teams met in early December in the Ellensburg High School gym. It was kind of a similar storyline to start. Wildcats came out screaming.
First points on the board. Oster makes it 14-2. Down low, a foul is called. Free throws forthcoming. First foul on Avery Oster. First foul on the Saints. Samantha Bowman to the line. (15-2) Wildcats.
Yeah, in Ellensburg in December, it was 21-6 at the end of the first quarter between these two sides, shaping out fairly similarly here.
Bowman misses the second. Back come the Saints. Galbraith, the 3 is good. 10-point ball game. 5:40 remaining first quarter. Bowman just got so much size. That 3 in the corner missed, but who gets the rebound? Put back Samantha Bowman.
Yeah, that was a situation just in general. As soon as Bowman got that ball on the baseline, Avery Oster was being left out to dry by her teammates. I don't know if that's part of the game plan or what, but she should be getting some help there no matter where she is on the floor.
3 on the way for St. Martin's. Missed by Ryan Clear. Rebound to the Wildcats, already up 12. Halfway through quarter number 1, and the Saints come away with a turnover. Ryan Clear on the break. Doesn't have numbers. She kicks it outside. Galbraith, left-hand dribble, attacks left side of the lane. Ball swatted. Wildcats the other way. The interior presence of Central Washington on display early, as well as their shooting, but that time the 3 is missed. 12-point ball game. 3 for St. Martin's, a line drive is good. Keely Jade Smith.
Yeah, line drive is the epitome of what that shot was. 0 arc on it, but if you put it in the right spot, you don't need as much as that shooter's touch.
Taking some of your words from some baseball broadcasts.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was outside in the cold broadcasting baseball last weekend.
Saints down 9. Bowman, point blank, no, but the offensive rebounds. Put back good. Heitschmidt, 19-8, Wildcats.
Yeah, that has to just infuriate Christy Martin, because the thing is if you're going to let Bowman get a one-on-one shot off, you better have somebody pinned everywhere on the box out.
Keely Jade Smith taking control on the offensive end for St. Martin's. 9-point ball game, 19-10. Wildcats with the basketball and the lead. Great post move, but left it short. Traveling is called on Keely Jade Smith. Maya Hatchett-Gross and Sarah Lamette return for St. Martin's. Kiana Rios also in the game. Wildcats up 9 and the basketball. 3:12 remaining first quarter. Wide open in the corner for three. You can't leave anybody that wide open.
Now, yeah, and that was just the fact that 3 new subs came in and people didn't know who was guarding who, and that's on the back of the subs coming out to make sure that the subs coming in know who needs to be guarded.
Sarah Lamette from 5 feet, short. Back come the Wildcats. Thought about a long three. Johnson with it now. Down low, what a pass. Slipping the defender. And that's Ashley Scow with the bucket, a 14-point lead, 24-10 Wildcats. Galbraith in front of the Wildcats bench. Cross court, the Saints go, 10 to shoot. Lamette from the free throw line. Off iron. Saints having a tough time finding the basket. 2:05 left first quarter. Sunshine Huerta using her speed. Left side of the lane over Lamette.
That's a really difficult shot right there. I thought Lamette for a chance might get a piece of it. Maybe she did even just nick the ball, but still got it to go.
Galbraith outside, 3 on the way. That's way short. All black jerseys. Wildcats with the basketball, the rebound, and a foul is called on St. Martin's. That'll be on Keely Jade Smith. Wholesale substitutions, 2 for St. Martin's, 3 for Central Washington. Smith, Bush, and Maida in for the Wildcats. They inbound, a 3 out of the corner, way too strong. Rebound to the hands of St. Martin's with 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Galbraith, right-hand dribble. Gets it right back. Hatchett-Gross, left side of the lane, stops, the jumper looks good, rattles around, kicks off the glass and in, 26-12. Final minute of quarter number 1. That's belonged to Central Washington. And a turnover. Hatchett-Gross has it for St. Martin's. They reset to the floor general. That's Galbraith. Turnover right to the Wildcats. Bread and butter in their basket. 26-12. Central Washington has about a 3.5, 4-second differential game in shot clock. Sunshine Huerta using all the clock she can. 5 to shoot. Nice crossover in the lane. Jumper good. 28-12. Central Washington. Ellensburg all smiles as a half-court heave from Angel Galbraith. And that is how the first 10 minutes will end here in Lacey, Washington. All Wildcats 28-12. Second quarter up next on the Saints Digital Network. Back here at Marcus Pavilion, Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone on the Saints Digital Network. Thank you for tuning in on this Thursday evening in this GNAC battle. So far, so good for the visiting Central Washington Wildcats. 28-12. Scott, not how Christy Martin wanted to start.
Yeah, 50% shooting from behind the arc for Central Washington. 8 points from Samantha Bowman. Those are some things you look at right away where you say, yep, that is exactly what we said we didn't want to happen when we looked at this game.
Strong drive by Kiana Rios. A good way to start quarter number 2 for the Saints. 28-14, 9:37 and counting here in the second quarter. 3 ball on the way. You said 50%. Well, it's going to go lower, but there is the potential for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Foul on Sarah Lamette, her first. 30-14. Samantha Bowman doing work. Bowman converts. 31-14 Wildcats. .20 and counting here in the first quarter. Second quarter, excuse me. Lauren Morris looking for Lamette. Lamette, one dribble, the spin off glass. Strong move by Sarah Lamette. Long cross-court pass by the Wildcats. That's an air ball loose on the floor. Galbraith picks it up. Saints stop, pop for 3, no. Offensive rebound to Ryan Clare. She finds Lauren Morris. 31-18 Wildcats. Maida picks up her dribble. Finds Bowman. Bowman gets it right back. 3 by Kai. The freshman knocks the 3 ball down. Lauren Morris hits the deck. No foul called. It's 34-18. Galbraith across half court. Gets the play from Christy Martin, Saints head coach. Apparently it's Lamette for 3. Short. 2 minutes gone by in quarter number 2. Sarah Lamette down low. You can't let her get that close to the hoop, Scott.
Yeah, that's that's the power of a quick front in a fast break situation there. Nobody's there to help over the top if you get that pass in. And, Sarah Lamette was toast as soon as that ball got caught by Samantha Bowman.
Traveling called on Ryan Clear. Lamette will check out for the Saints. Back in is Avery Oster. 7:41 left. It's quarter number 2. Wildcats doubling up the Saints, 36-18. Open in the corner for 3. That ball off the rim, and a foul is called on Central Washington.
Yeah, right now Central Washington's, and even that foul where the ball didn't go to them, but they still had a decent chance at it. That's just kind of the epitome of what this Central Washington team, why they're winning by so much right now, is they're just out hustling every loose ball. They're getting to it. They're getting themselves in the right position. We've seen balls kind of batted around and falling in their hands, and part of that is luck, but of course that is mixed with, just putting yourself, attacking the boards hard, and, having the mentality that you're going to be able to get every loose ball.
Foul on the floor on the Wildcats. Saints inbounds. Galbraith gets it right back after the inbounds. 3 rattles around, pops out, and back in. 36-21. Wildcats, 7 minutes left, quarter number 2. Wildcats down low. The mismatch in size off glass. Heitschmidt, 38-21. Wildcats. 6:42 and counting. Galbraith wants 3, and she gets it. 38-24. Back come the Wildcats. 6:30 left, second quarter. Down low, the great spin move, Samantha Bowman.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a post arsenal like that and you get back to basket at that low block, I mean, it's pretty hard to stop you right now.
Wildcats already 40 points. Saints 24. 6:25 left, second quarter. Timeout on the floor. Back to Lacey after this on the Saints Digital Network.
Make sure to stick around for the Junior Saints Four Corners Basketball Relay presented by Sophie's Scoops at halftime.
Back here inside Marcus Pavilion, Lacey, Washington, the campus of St. Martin's University. Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone. 6:25 left in quarter number 2. All Wildcats so far, 40-24 over the host St. Martin Saints. Central Washington 19-6 on the season, 11-5 in conference, and they have clinched one of the 6 spots into the GNAC Conference tournament next week in Bellingham. That 3, a miss. Rebounds by Reed. 40-24 Wildcats. Ryan Clear stops in the lane. Jumper rattles around and falls off into the hands of Central Washington. Top for 3. That's short. Galbraith the other way, across half court. Galbraith off the screen from Morris. Avery Oster has it rejected, out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats. Scow returns for the Wildcats. Maya Hatchett-Gross back in for the Saints. Ryan Clear, nowhere to go. Outside, Galbraith. 8 on the shot clock. Looking down low. 4 on the shot clock, and the lefty is good by Avery Oster. 40-26 Wildcats. Bowman outside. She gets it back. 2 dribbles, up strong. Too easy for Samantha Bowman.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That should be number 1 on the scouting report, is when she gets that ball in the low post, bring the double. Problem is the Wildcats are shooting the lights out so well today is that I think the Saints are becoming hesitant to drop the double to Bowman on the low block.
4:35 remaining in the second quarter. Scow the jumper. It's 44-26 Wildcats. Galbraith drives left side of the lane, off glass, and that is all. Central Washington the other way. Sunshine Huerta has it. Good ball movement. Huerta gets it back. Her 3. No. Rebound to Ryan Clear. Streaking ahead, but throwing the ball out of bounds. St. Martin's turns it over to the Wildcats. 4:06 left. Bush and Maida return for Central Washington. Timeout on the floor. 4:06 left, second quarter. Wildcats 44, Saints 26 on the Saints Digital Network. Back here inside Marcus Pavilion, Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone for this GNAC women's basketball battle. Central Washington at St. Martin's here in Lacey. Central on cruise control, up 44-26. Johnson has it down low. Now the nice skip pass in the lane. Ashley Scow slashing to the bucket. A 20-point lead for the Wildcats, which is what they won by in the first GNAC matchup of the season for St. Martin's in Ellensburg at Ellensburg High School. That foul on Kira Bush. Lauren Morris takes the inbound. Nice turnaround. Gets it to fall. 46-28. Back come the Wildcats. 3:20 remaining in the half. The open jumper in the lane. No, All Saints for the rebound. Hatchet Grouse with it. Right hand dribble. She's going coast to coast. Switches left hand. What a move.
Yeah, that was a great move by Hatchet Gross right now, and these are the moments that you need to take advantage of if you're St. Martin's with no Bowman on the floor. She just creates so much havoc, and ball just falling Central's way right now, it seems.
We have an injured Saint on the floor. Not good. Holding the left knee is Maya Hatchet Gross. We'll step aside as trainers and coaches will tend to Maya Hatchet Gross. Here in Lacey, it's St. Martin's Digital Network.
Saints, gentlemen.
Back after the injury timeout, Maya Hatchet Gross has been helped off the floor and is currently on the trainer's table. 2:40 remaining here in quarter number two. Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone, 46-30. Saints looking to climb back in it, and that is one way to do it. Ryan Clear, the jumper.
Yeah, Ryan Clear has really picked it up the last couple weeks. She's been absolutely on fire, and not just shooting the ball really well or exponentially well than she has before, as there's a missed three. She's also just been more aggressive, and that's been, I think, a big key for her, and that's something that Christy Martin has really stressed. It's not just about making the shots when you're open. It's about creating shots for yourself and then popping them down.
Interesting to note, Bowman was out of the game, and the Saints have cut into the deficit. Bowman back in the game for the final 2:10 of the quarter. Lauren Morris, left-hand dribble in the lane. Free throw line left. Galbraith stops. Lauren Morris, top of the key, strong right. Side of the lane, off window and in. 46-34 Wildcats.
And that was around Bowman, who got switched on her, and now the Saints are just going to continue to key in on her, it seems like. But right here, Lauren Morris is heavily outmatched, and they get the double. She misses it, still gets the rebound.
You're right, you did notice the double on Bowman. There she gets it again, no double in the lane. 10 to shoot for the Wildcats. Great ball movement. 1:25 left in the quarter. 3 to shoot for the Wildcats. Long two is an air ball. Lauren Morris has it, so no shot clock violation. Saints can get within 10, maybe 9. Clear. Outside they go to Morris. Morris, a long two, she's feeling it.
That was over Bowman yet again, and Lauren Morris saying, yeah, maybe out height a couple inches, but man, I can still ball a little bit. That was...
Ashley Scow got left alone. Nobody on her, an easy layup, 12-point game.
That's okay if you're double teaming Bowman on the low block there, but she's being single teamed and you have somebody wide open in the lane. That doesn't make any sense.
Saints, a three on the way. Clangs off the back iron. That was Louie with the miss. 3.5 second differential, game and shot clock. 20 seconds left in quarter number 2. Central Washington getting direction from head coach Randy Richardson Thornley. 10 seconds left in the half. 4 to shoot. Good defense by the Saints, but now an open three at the shot clock buzzer. Fitting way to end the half for Central Washington.
Yeah, the Wildcats finished that first half 7 of 19 shooting behind the arc. Cooled off a little bit from that first quarter where they were 50% from three-point land, but still, I mean, 17 points from Samantha Bowman in that first half. That's where the offense starts and finishes. The missed and made three-pointers, that's going to kind of ebb and flow. You hope that the law of averages kind of takes that down, but the problem is when you can't shut down Bowman from the 17 she's scoring, and you allow her to pass to wide open players multiple times when you're not even shutting her down. Those are the two things. That's kind of the double vice that head coach Christy Martin, I'm sure, will be talking a lot about in the locker room.
Some work to do for St. Martin's and Christy Martin and her coaching staff. Halftime here in Lacey. Central Washington 51, St. Martin's 36. Back in about 12 minutes. Take a break, refill your beverage, get some dinner. We'll come back with third quarter action next on the Saints Digital Network.
Once we get started here, we'll have 2 minutes on the clock. I have a list of names here, and I apologize in advance if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. These youngins are Saints fans, and they need a lot of encouragement. Again, the idea is dribble center court, make the shot, get the ball back, dribble back, get the next person in line. Ready, set, go! How do you know it's your ball? Ollie, John, James, Grace, Caroline, Ariana, Macy, Neva, Esther, Brian, Boone, Tina, Savannah, Cody, Bahake, and Pearl. They are going gangbusters. Minute 10 to go. They're doing everything they're supposed to do. They're dribbling and they're shooting. How about a little cheering? There you go. The small guy in the court makes the swisher. Don't bother dribbling. We're down to 20 seconds. Big round of applause, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sophie's. Congratulations to all the competitors for competing in the Junior Saints Four Corners Basketball Relay presented by Sophie Scoops. And remember, get your ice cream at Sophie Scoops located in downtown Olympia.
The alley-oop!
Getting set for second half action here inside Marcus Pavilion in Lacey, Washington. Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone as the Central Washington Wildcats are being very not gracious visitors. Taking it to St. Martin's 51-36, Scott.
Yeah, it's an offensive outburst. I mean, in the first quarter, that 28 You got multiple three-pointers by Kai. You got Huerta, Meda, and Scow all hitting a three-pointer themselves, as is Johnson. I mean, there's just so many weapons on this floor, and it opens up because of Samantha Bowman. But really, I mean, there's just a lot to stop. And so when they're hitting their shots, it is so difficult. Saints are going to come out and start in a 2-3 zone here in the second half.
Scott, what do the Saints have to do to climb back in this one? They split last weekend in Alaska. We've seen them go toe-to-toe with Western Washington. It's just not starting out great tonight.
Yeah, one thing is defense. You just need to continue to box out Samantha Bowman, double team her when she gets the ball, and just clog up the lane. Force them to shoot three-pointers, because even though they're falling, that's your best option, is to get them to miss threes and then have at least one or two people boxing out Samantha Bowman. And then on the offensive side, I'd say don't get sucked too far into the fact that you're trailing. Just keep grinding and making gritty plays like Kiana Rios did right there, earning themselves another possession, drawing a foul on the rebound.
Foul on Sunshine Huerta. That is her second. 9:13 left in the third quarter. That ball bounces off the rim into the hands of Central Washington. Three ball in front of their own bench. Wildcats knock down the triple. Tori Maida, 56-36. That's 20-point advantage for Central.
Yeah, the Saints drew it within 10, but now it's a 10-0 run by Central Washington dating back to the end of that first half when they finished on a 5-0 run.
Lauren Morris loses the handle. Yeah. Wildcats the other way.
Can't have turnovers. Can't have turnovers like that. Every possession has to end with a missed shot if you're SMU.
Huerta has a step in the lane. What a sweet pass. Left side of the lane, off window and in. Scow makes it 58-36. Galbraith picks up the dribble, spins, and gets the floater to fall. Nice high arcing outlet. Bowman can't get it to go. Saints come away with it. Galbraith on the run, off window, too strong. Morris can't grab the rebound, but Bowman can. She does that very, very well.
Yeah, the big thing for Galbraith right now is they're not calling any of the contact that she usually gets when she drives that left side of the basket. Saints have shot 0 free throws. That's another thing. Get some contact because even though we're not seeing a ton of fouls called, and I'm fine with that, there still are fouls being committed. You just got to show the referees and the Saints right now they're just not playing gritty enough. They're not causing enough fouls. They really should be fouling more than just the handful that we saw. 5 fouls on them in the first half.
Lamette Mishandles outside, a three on the way by Rios. No. Rebounds to the Wildcats. 7 minutes left. Saints nearly steal it, but they throw it right to Central Washington, and now we have a foul on the Wildcats. 6:58 remaining, third quarter. That foul's on Tori Maida, her first.
Yeah, Cardinal Saint committed there by Shanoa Louis, throwing it backwards while falling out of bounds under your defensive basket. That's just asking for a layup to be scored against you. Luckily, it didn't hurt the Saints there. But, yeah, the bottom line is this is the point in the game where right now as a player myself, I get mad, and you don't start to play dirty, but you just start to say, well, if the shots are falling for them, they're not falling for us. There's one thing that we can do if we can't outshoot them, and that's outplay them, be more physical, fight to every ball. And, you know, at this point, if you foul out or whatever, then, you know, it's not going to hurt that much.
Foul called on St. Martin's. That'll be on Kiana Rios. That is her first. A lot of basketball, important basketball this weekend in women's basketball here in the GNAC. 3 teams have qualified for the conference tournament next weekend in Bellingham starting Thursday. Western Washington, Montana State, and the Central Washington Wildcats. 3 more spots up for grabs this weekend. Rios, the layup underneath, the assist to Galbraith, but Samantha Bowman answers underneath for the Wildcats. It's a 22-point lead, Scott.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, Samantha Bowman, another way she can hurt you, she hustles back in transition, and she realizes, especially because she's a big, she knows that other bigs, she can catch them kind of napping a little bit. So in situations like that, she's able to run down and get the ball under the paint and put one in.
Bowman, the rejection, ball out of bounds. Johnson returns for the Wildcats, as does Louis for St. Martin's. 5:45 left. Lauren Morris down low. Outside Galbraith with it. Right back to Morris, working on Bowman. Using some speed. Morris shot short. .530 left, third quarter. Nice hands on defense by the Saints. Wildcats recover. 3 is way short, an air ball. But of course, Wildcats right place, right time, but that ball finally picked off by St. Martin's. Galbraith, the nice skip pass in the lane. Shanoa Louis, 20-point ball game. Halfway through the third quarter. Doubleheader with Central Washington tonight as Galbraith comes away with a steal. She falls to Twin Star Credit Union Court. Skip pass ahead, Ryan clear. And we have a foul on Central Washington.
Yeah, first free throws of the game coming up for St. Martin's University after the break, but that is a number, like many in the stat sheet right now, that you hate if you're a Saints fan. You should not be shooting your first free throws midway through the third quarter.
Wildcats by 20, 4:48 left, third quarter. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network.
Advertising opportunities in Saints Athletics. Please contact Director of Athletics, Steve O'Brien, at 360-688-2855. Again, it's 360-688-2855.
Back inside Marcus Pavilion, Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone after the timeout. Saints trail by 20 as Ryan Clear heads to the free throw line. Rattles it home. Scott, Central Washington has led the entire way. And the only tie of the game was 0-0.
Yeah, they took a lead on the first possession, too. I mean, it's, as of now, been coast-to-coast pretty much domination by Central Washington. Head coach Randy Richardson-Thornley has really drawn up a nice game plan.
Look at the skip pass in the lane to the baseline cut. Back to a 20-point lead. Bowman the assist. Riley Johnson running the baseline. Lauren Morris to Ryan Clear. Left hand goes strong. The dish, ball out of bounds. No foul called off of Louis. Wildcats basketball.
Yeah, this is my first chance to see Samantha Bowman in person. I'll tell you the thing that it has impressed me the most about watching her is not necessarily the scoring and the rebounding, because I expected that. I saw that on the stat sheet coming in. I knew that was a part of it, but her ability to kind of have some eyes in the back of her head, be able to find her teammates open, and you know that you're that type of player. When you're that type of player that she is, that you're going to have teammates open when you get the ball. She does a really good job of it. It's very Nikola Jokic-esque, where, you know, you just add that pass to your game as a good big man, then it's hard to beat you and your team.
Johnson, the recipient of a great pass and vision from Sunshine Huerta at 66-44. All Wildcats tonight in Lacey. The block by who else? Samantha Bowman. Bowman getting rewarded, but no, she finds the open teammate for three. 69-44 Central Washington.
Yeah, Samantha Bowman already a double-double, and this is back to that Jokic comparison. Sometime, at least during the past two MVP seasons for him, he's been a walking triple-double, and Bowman's on triple-double watch. She's at 21, 11, and 6 right now, or actually 7 assists.
Galbraith the long two. 3 minutes left, third quarter. Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone. Get the sweet drive with the left hand in the lane. Sunshine Huerta, it's 71-46 Central. Galbraith off the screen for Morris. Morris gets rewarded. Layup good, 71-48. Central wasting no time. Where's the help side defense? All alone under the basket. Layup good by Sunshine Huerta. .220 remaining here in the third quarter. Galbraith takes matters into her own hands and steals it away. Finds Morris. 2-on-2 ball, and Morris connects. Randy Richardson Thornley doesn't like what she sees. She wants to talk things over. 19-point lead for Central Washington. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network. Back here in Lacey, Washington. 2:05 left, third quarter. In this GNAC women's basketball battle. All Central. Central Washington up 73-52 over St. Martin's. Sean Wiley, Scott Gladstone. Inside of 2 minutes now, third quarter. Maida has it stolen away. Good defense by Keely Jade Smith. Jade Smith, a nice spin in the lane. Decides to dish. Oster, shot, good, bump, foul, count it.
Yeah, that was a great move there, and especially when you get a big against Central Washington, not guarded by Samantha Bowman, you try and take advantage of it. And Avery Oster, she's shown more and more the ability to put the ball on the floor and drive to the basket right there. She wasn't matched up with Bowman, so she was able to take advantage of it.
Oster misses the three. Rebound to Kai. Nice defense by Kiana Rios. Knocks it out of bounds. Wildcats to inbound in the corner. 1:23 left, third quarter. Central gets it in. They kick it outside. Nice dribble drive baseline. Kai the bucket. 21-point lead for Central. Final minute of quarter number 3. Oster, the Euro step in the lane. No, Lauren Morris, strong rebound. Put back short. Oster has it back. Saints reset. Galbraith, a long three, short. Oster cannot get the rebound. Back come the Wildcats. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Nice defense by Oster. Out of bounds, last touch by Avery. 26 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Wildcats inbounds, but guess who steals it? Avery Oster. Shot clock is off. She finds Morris. Morris outside to Oster. Galbraith with it. Finds Oster. What a dime. Oster, little left-hand hook. No. Offensive rebound to St. Martin's. 6 seconds left. Morris fires a three. Good rotation, but it's too strong. Rebound to Central Washington, and that is how quarter number 3 will end. After 30 minutes of play, Central Washington in command, 75-54 over St. Martin's on the Saints Digital Network. We begin the fourth quarter. Saints basketball, they need points in a hurry. They're down 21, 75-54 to Central Washington, and a block by the Wildcats to start the quarter. What a block by Bush. Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone. And Central Washington is looking for the season sweep of St. Martin's.
Yeah, one of the things that sticks out to me in this contest, the assist numbers right now are 24-13, and of course, part of that makes sense because Central Washington has more buckets than St. Martin's, but just in general, so many of these buckets have been set up by great Central Washington passing. They're really allowing their team to flourish, and when the team's playing like this, it's not just that they're winning heavily in this contest, but I think very obviously they can go toe-to-toe with Billings and Western Washington, who are the two other favorites to take the crown in the GNAC tourney in Bellingham next week.
Well, they won it last year right here on this court. And any team with Samantha Bowman has a shot. Oster, the turnaround, will not go. It's in the hands of Maida. 21-point lead for the Wildcats. Cross court, wide open three on the way. Kiera Bush. I'm sorry, it was Kai. Asher Kai makes it 78-54. Galbraith had a step on the defender instead. Ryan Clear, the jumper. Story of the night off the front iron. Good defense by St. Martin's. Ball on the floor. Jump ball called. Possession arrow to Central Washington.
Yeah, I mean, even though it ends up at Central Washington, that really should have been the game plan all night. I wish we would have seen more of that. It should be like a mosquito is in the ear of Samantha Bowman and she's stuck in a tent or something with it. Like that's how the defense needs to be on Samantha Bowman. As soon as she gets it, players collapsing, not allowing her the chance to breathe and think about who she's going to dish it to. But in the end, even with her off the floor, they're still getting buckets.
Sunshine Huerta with the sweet move in the lane. 80-54 Wildcats. Lauren Morris, right-hand dribble, picks it up. Outside. Oster, jumper from 17, no. Heitschmidt the rebound with Bowman on the bench. Sunshine knocked down, and she's hopefully okay. Sarah Lamette returns for St. Martin's. Lauren Morris to the bench. Lamette, a quiet night from the stat sheet, just 2 points, 1 of 8 shooting, but that's also the Samantha Bowman factor.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, and I've mentioned it plenty of times, both in men's and women's games, when you're exhausted playing defense, it takes away from a lot of your offense, from a lot of your rebounding. And the thing is she was very active on defense whenever she was in against Samantha Bowman. Clearly something that she was intentional about. Oh, that was a nifty and one by Angel Galbraith. But yeah, with Sarah Lamette, it just goes a lot to that. It's not only the fact that she's guarded when she's playing offense by Samantha Bowman, but also that she has to guard Samantha Bowman, and that is not a task that takes a minimal amount of energy.
Angel connects the three-point play, 80-57, 7:30 left here in Lacey, Washington. Kai, wow, what a nifty pass, finding the cutter. They've been doing it all night. Riley Johnson, the bucket. Great motion from this Wildcat team, Scott.
Yeah, and, you know, the defending coach of the year in the men's side of GNAC play, Aaron Landon, him and I were talking actually about this game earlier as we see the missed shot by Lamette, and he said that head coach Randy Richardson Thornley was a coach he sat behind the bench when the St. Martin's men were playing at the Westminster men, and the pregame, the game before the men's game was St. Martin's, or was Central Washington versus Westminster. So he got a chance to see Randy Richardson Thornley sitting behind that visiting bench, and he said she was just a coach that he really enjoyed watching her work and how she worked with her players and talked to her players, and when she decided to draw up a play and not draw up a play. And, you know, that's not too bad praise from the defending men's coach of the year.
And she's coaching very well tonight. Her Wildcats up 84-57. Timeout on the floor. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network.
Inspire-pointpt.com for more information.
.48 left in this one. St. Martin's ball after the timeout. Central Washington leads 84-57. Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone. Saints go right down low. Louis cannot connect. 6:30 remaining. Jeez. Stepping on the baseline. Turning it over to St. Martin's. As Kai couldn't stay in bounds. Galbraith off the screen. Oster out top. Louis down low, the turnaround, no, but she's fouled. She'll head to the line. Scott, the Saints trailing 84-57. What do you expect from head coach Christy Martin? Do you think she'll leave a lot of her mainstay players in there or go more to the bench in the final 6 minutes?
Well, the problem is, one, is that you look on that bench, there's more players that are in sweats than there are in game uniforms. So that's kind of problem number one. And with the injury to Maya Hatchett-Gross, who has her leg in a brace, hopefully she's okay long term, but she's definitely not available for this contest. She has 4 players on the bench, and all 4 of them have seen the floor for the most part. And so, I mean, I think this is kind of gut check time. She's going to see who's going to compete in this moment. Because the fact of the matter is we're honoring one senior on Saturday, and that's Emily Nelson. And so the entirety of this roster is eligible to come back next year. And so right now, Christy Martin is going to figure out which of these players are going to compete, whether they're up 30, down 30, or tied with a couple minutes to go. And so that's the reason why you see the starters lay out there, first of all, because of necessity, but also because Christy Martin, with the GNAC tournament out of reach now, she's constantly evaluating which players can be a part of a team that really on paper should have a chance to compete very well in the conference next year.
86-59 Central Washington, another 3, that one short. Offensive rebound, Wildcats put back, will not go. Battle for the rebound and a foul on Central. Claire Heitschmidt picks up her 3rd foul. 5th team foul. Ryan Clear to the line for St. Martin's. Clear, the 5'10" sophomore out of Pullman, Washington. Clear gets the shooter's touch on the second shot. Jade Smith, Rios, and Brown into the game for St. Martin's for the final 5:09, one would think. Central still putting on the pressure. A 3-ball, nothing but the bottom of the net for Claire Heitschmidt. Between her and Bowman, pick your poison.
Yeah, that's the thing is, talking about senior days and who's coming back. Samantha Bowman, the only fortunate thing you could do when you look at this St. Martin, or when you look at the roster of your St. Martin's for Central Washington, you can see that redshirt senior is right next to Samantha Bowman's name. That's kind of the only fortunate thing that you can say. Is the problem is Randy Richardson-Thornley's done a great job to put depth behind her, and Heitschmidt, in theory, is in line to take over the crown.
Fabulous drive by Asher Kai, going around defenders, stepping through the lane, 91-63. And Christy Martin, head coach for St. Martin's. I thought I'd called the timeout, but no.
I think it was just Rios had an injury, and she was, head coach Christy Martin was just pointed out, as was Lauren Morris. But that's another gut punch when you have another player go down with injury, especially somebody who has had as good of a freshman season as Rios.
Morris gets the jumper to fall, but Scott, did you notice on that play right before that, Galbraith dribbled and hesitated and stopped. It looked like, to me, she had the lane if she wanted it.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe there's kind of a different mentality from Christie, trying to get them to just run offense here in the last 3:30 rather than, just play iso ball when you have the chance, which you get more leeway to.
Wildcats.
It's all money right now.
Doing almost everything right. The inbound, the save to Maida for 3. What can you do if you're the Saints? 3:10 remaining, 94-65 Central Washington. Wildcats, one more game on the regular season. They head to Monmouth. They'll play Western Oregon on Saturday. And then it's on to Bellingham. Conference tournament begins on Thursday. Ryan Clear in the lane off window. 94-67. Timeout, Christy Martin and St. Martin's. 2:45 left. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Martin's University Pep Band. Thanks for being here, guys.
.245 left in this one. Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone, Lacey Washington inside Marcus Pavilion on the campus of St. Martin's University in this Great Northwest Athletic Conference matchup. Central Washington, all smiles tonight. Be a happy night in Ellensburg, Scott.
Yeah, it'll be a happy night, at least on the women's side. We're 2.5 minutes away from starting the pregame routine for the men's game, where the men's side, the game means a lot more for them because they're fighting for a tournament spot. So that'll be a big one. The women, they've already clinched the spot, so they're not going to be crazy, but they will be happy with a good performance tonight for sure.
Ryan Clear, coast to coast after the pick. She is fouled, converts the bucket, She'll get one free throw. Oster back in. Keely Jade Smith to the bench for St. Martin's.
Yeah, St. Martin's on the other side. They host Northwest Nazarene on homecoming this Saturday. And that is going to be a Northwest Nazarene squad that right now is on the outside looking in. Looks like they're going to lose to Western Oregon, so they'll be 7-10. And it depends on really what Seattle Pacific, Simon Fraser, and Alaska Anchorage all do. If all three of those squads win tonight, then Northwest Nazarene could be out of it, and that could be a battle between two teams that are missing the tournament. But if one of those teams loses, Anchorage Pacific or Simon Fraser, then Northwest Nazarene could essentially be playing for a playoff spot. So it's going to be a big one here to start off, or be in the middle of the festivities, I guess, because there'll be a Hall of Fame ceremony beforehand. But start off the basketball doubleheader, which will be nightcap by the men.
Scott, this is finishing up my 4th season in the GNAC, and I'm not used to seeing Steve Steele struggle. Head coach, women's head coach at Northwest Nazarene.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a little bit of them this year, and it's they're kind of a really confusing squad. Consistency has clearly been their number one enemy, and so
you could say the same thing here in Lacey.
Yeah. I mean that's what it is, and that's the fortunate thing about having one or two really, really, really good players. Because when Samantha Bowman can set the tone for you, then everybody just starts making shots when Bowman's been off the court for a quarter.
I mean, look at the offense we just saw.
Yeah.
Dribbles, drives, extra pass, wide open three. Ouch. Ryan Clear hits Twin Star Credit Union court hard. It's a busy night for St. Martin's training staff.
Yeah, Carson Parks over there, our new athletic trainer. He is has his duty cut out for him. As that one, the worry with those there, when she possibly got her shooting space infringed upon and then came down and whipped back, is you really worry about that head slapping against the hardwood. It can concuss you really quick.
I didn't see it happen. I heard it happen.
Yeah.
So that was my first thought, was head floor contact, but apparently, hopefully that didn't happen, because she's still out there.
Yeah. So I think it was just this one that hurt bad, and that was her back rather than her head hitting the floor.
Ball out of bounds. Last touch by St. Martin's. Just 48.8 seconds left. Wildcats about to break the century mark.
Yeah, if you're St. Martin's, it's a matter of pride right now in this defensive possession. You gun down. You do not want to be a team that allows 100. St. Martin's has put it up once this year, so has the men's side a couple times, and it's embarrassing, especially on your home floor, if you allow 100. So Saints should be doing everything to kind of leave it on the floor on this possession. They do force a miss out of Central Washington.
Ryan Clear, another and one opportunity. Left side of the window. She'll head back to the free throw line. 97-73 Wildcats, 36.7 left. This Wildcat team, as we can see, they can put together some really good offense. They've scored 90. This will be their 4th time over 90 this season. And if they break 100, it'll be the first time they've done that.
Yeah, I mean, and, you know, St. Martin's ran into them on a very hot shooting night. But the thing is they can hurt you in different ways. Today it was the three-pointer that got a lot of the points done, and just shooting in general. But, I mean, with the passing that they have and the offense that they have been running, for me, it is very easy to see them competing with every team in the conference and, you know, with a lot of teams in the country.
Triple digits for the Wildcats, the century mark. Final seconds tick away. Ryan Clear, a long three. And Central Washington will have some fun tonight. They did on Twin Star Credit Union Court. They win it 100-74.
Yeah, that last possession was the epitome of it, wasn't it? I mean, Saints seemed to play fairly good defense. They were locking players down. They didn't want to allow a bucket. And next thing you know, a three-pointer goes in with the buzzer, with the shot clock buzzer winding down. So, yeah, that's just the name of the game there. Name of the game.
St. Martin's falls 100-74. Central Washington both teams have one more game on the regular season. Join us Saturday for the Saints' homecoming game against Northwest Nazarene. And Central Washington plays Saturday at Monmouth against Western Oregon. Head coach Christy Martin should be joining us next. And then in roughly 30 minutes, come on back to our other link for the men's game, Central against St. Martin's. Back after this with Coach Christy Martin on the Saints Digital Network. Back here at St. Martin's University with women's basketball head coach Christy Martin. Christy, tough one tonight. You lose 100-74 to Central Washington. The shots just didn't fall for you.
Yeah, well, that's because their defense is really good. And, we just have to do a better job of executing and making sure that we're doing things really, really well. The small details are so important in a game like this with a team that talented. And we just really didn't. We kind of were a little bit sloppy with a lot of our sets and a lot of our offense, our motion offense. We really weren't setting great screens and setting people up, and we weren't playing team basketball. Just wasn't our day Saints-wise, but that's because Central did a really good job.
When you have to defend someone like Samantha Bowman, what do you tell your team?
I don't know. Is she a tenured faculty right now? This is like her 7th or 8th year. She's so good. She's so good. I mean, she's just so strong. And I think she's a testament to a lot of women's basketball players when you look at her and how far along she's come and how much improvement she's had throughout the years. And every year it's just like she raises the bar. She takes the next step, and she's just a really incredible talent. And I think she's got some capabilities there to play internationally if she wanted to. But she's a stellar player, and it's hard when we have freshman posts that haven't had that experience. She's a seasoned post. That's what it looks like. I thought Avery did an excellent job. She was so tough in there, and she's going to be there. Like, Avery's somebody who has that kind of potential. And Sarah, we'd like to see her just be a little bit more physical And then Shinoa, I thought, battled with her really well in the first half. But, I mean, she had 21 points on 9 of 15 shooting. She's a low-volume shooter. She just kills you with everything she does. Yeah.
One game left on the regular season for your squad. It's homecoming on Saturday. What do you do between now and then to prepare for Northwest Nazarene?
Same thing we've always done. Get better. We focus on growth and getting better, improving, and that's all you can do. Be the best at getting better.
Christy Martin, thanks for your time tonight. We'll see you Saturday.
All right, thanks.
Head coach Christy Martin. St. Martin's women's basketball, they fall this evening 100-74 to Central Washington. Stay tuned as we get set for men's basketball. There'll be a new link here on the Saints Digital Network, so check that out. Central Washington men against St. Martin's. For Scott Gladstone, I'm Sean Wally. For cameraman Zane, Sydney the producer, we'll be back on Saturday night for more women's basketball right here on the Saints Digital Network.